Liberty Game Week, continuing to get you ready for the noon kick on the Dome Saturday. Brian Higgins here. Across town in the football auditorium is Kingsley Jonathan. And Kingsley, let me get your read on this. What's the temperature? What's the mood of the team right now? Tough loss last week. Obviously, big-time injuries that we can get into. But just what's the vibe in the locker room with you guys right now?
Right now, we're just focusing on ourselves. We're trying to get better. Our focus was get 1% better, do something better today. And once we get better personally, we can get better as a unit. And because we got to play better as a unit.
I'm confused. Like, how hard is that, I guess, in this weird year? And especially when you look at Andre Sisco's injury, Tommy DeVito's injury, things like that they're big things. How have you guys handled that and pushed through it?
Anybody that goes down, we always got to support them, give them what they need, but it's the next man up mentality. We have a lot of young guys that stepped up and stepped in and done some good things, and we just got to keep them to keep getting better and keep playing better, you know?
We've certainly seen that in the secondary, haven't we? And just found out earlier this week, not only, unfortunately, is Andre Sisco out for the year, but he has opted out, and he's taking his talents to the NFL, getting ready for the draft. How is that news received by the team with a guy that has had such great success here in his time at Syracuse?
We're super excited for him. There's nobody that deserves it more, and he's putting in the work. First person in here, last person to leave, and he deserves it more than anybody, and we just excited and see what he's going to do in the next level.
We've certainly seen that happen to you. That's a guy that works his butt off here in practice the last couple of years. This is not an Andre thing, really. I mean, 2020 has been a weird year. It's just not the way things would have happened in other years with guys declaring for the draft in the middle of the season, and he is far from the only guy to do it. How do you guys handle the weird stuff of 2020 like that, where a year ago, that's just not something that would have happened?
We just got to stay focused and stay in the moment. Like, think about today, think about this practice, think about this meeting today, this meeting, then the next day think about that meeting, and this week think about this week, think about this game this week. Just start taking we're not thinking about broad spectrum now. We're just thinking about little things, practice, reps, repetitions, do your technique, little things that, and try not to think about any other distractions, you know.
You mentioned, obviously, young guys stepping up, and that's certainly the case with Sisco's injury, but we've seen it elsewhere on the roster. I mean, just think of the secondary, Rob Hanna and Jahan Carter. They're true freshmen out there playing, and now far from the only ones. What, Kingsley, have you seen as a veteran about these young guys that have been ready and able to step in and play right away?
They're good to go. You just got to get better, and we're excited. They're making plays, and that's what we want. We just got to keep getting better, and they've got a bright future ahead of them, both of them.
When you look at the defense, last game was not what you would have liked. The beginning of the season, I think we saw great promise. What would you put up as the difference between how well you guys had played to that point versus maybe what Duke was able to get done against you?
We got to pay attention to the details. We lost a little track of that, and once we get back to who we are as a defensive unit, we should be good. We focus on the little things we do better as a defense, and we're going to be good.
What personally for you has been the difference this year? You were, basically the third D end here the last couple of years with the great success from Alton Robinson now in the league, and what Kendall Coleman did in his great Syracuse career. What's it been like for you to sort of step up into that main role this year?
I picked up a lot of things from those guys. It was a learning experience to pick up a lot of things and get in the game sometimes and get in the game a lot, play a little bit. But now I just had to step up and be a leader and show guys how things are done, you know.
You, Kingsley, have had such an interesting career here, coming over from Nigeria in high school, and now you've been a part of so many things on the field and off the field. You're involved in great charitable stuff, and you're on the committee to help pick the next commissioner of the ACC. You're a semifinalist for the Campbell Trophy, which is basically the combination of on-field and off-field excellence in college football. What's that like, man? You're involved in so much here at this point. What stands out to you from all of that?
I'm just blessed to be the position I'm in, and I try my best to take advantage of it and make as big as impact as I can. Use my position to help people and do as much as I can while I have this platform, and take advantage of it. And I'm just blessed to be in this position.
Out of all those off-field activities, what's your favorite one?
I would think it's the community service, like being able to get out there with the SAC and Syracuse SAC. They've been very wonderful in helping me out and being able to reach out to the community and doing things for it. And just the Syracuse SAC being able to help out in the community. That's one of the favorite ones.
The one cool thing I saw you did with that starting last year was the hoodie drive you did, sort of collecting hoodies and giving them out, like literally the sweatshirts, and giving them out to people, the kids in the community that, literally are cold and need a sweatshirt. How important is something like that to you, where that is a very direct give back to people you're nearby here?
Yeah, I was literally driving down one of the highway here, and I saw people in the street like literally freezing their butts up, and I'm like, okay, what is anybody doing about this? And I had some talk with Brad, and he got me set up and see how we can do this. And talk to the guys. Okay, hoodies that you no longer using, that's in your closet. We all have hoodies in our closet that we don't even touch anymore. So just bring it out, put it in a box, and we can just send it out to people that actually need those hoodies.
Yeah, I mean, think about. I mean, you guys get hooked up. Football players, scholarship athletes get hooked up. You got hoodies for days, right? Where you can do that and go help people out. It's got to be a pretty cool way to pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kingsley Jonathan, our guest here. You mentioned it. Liberty this week. Every practice is important. What is the focus here this week to get you guys back on track?
Little things. We have to focus on the little details, the little technique, doing things right the first time, and repeating it until you get it right. We just have to go back to who we are as a defense since the first week, the emphasis we had in all camp. We have to get back to that. And once we get back to that, we're going to be good as a defense.
All right, Kingsley, I'll wrap up with you as what I've done with everybody so far this season. A little game we play. It's called 2 Yards and a Cloud of Questions. We're social distancing, rapid fire, sort of hitting on what's going on with quarantine. So here we go. For you, you've been in America, 6, 7 years now. What is still the strangest thing you find about being in this country?
Fences. In Nigeria, we have every house has fences around it. So right here, you can just walk down the street and everybody's front door is like right there. I don't know. That's the big difference for me.
All right, fences. I would not have guessed that answer, but I like it. All right, during quarantine, what was the best thing you got to binge watch?
I binge watched a lot of things. Let me see. Shameless was good.
All right. Did you go from the beginning? That thing's got like 10 seasons now. You could have been locked up for a while.
It was a long time, but I already started it, so just halfway through and just finished it.
Okay, yeah, that's a screwed up family there out in Chicago, so that's a good one to get through. All right, we know this. You're kind of stuck at home during this. How many places do you think you went more than once?
Ooh, at home?
Yeah.
Kitchen. I was in the kitchen a lot. This shit different. You didn't went at once.
Yeah, not a lot of leaving the house, right? And hey, you were in the kitchen a lot. So what do you think was a meal that you ate the most during your time in quarantine?
I had a lot of meals, but mid meals when I'm not eating anything big, we had made a lot of snacks, a lot of sandwiches, a little wheat bread, some meat on there, some cheese, some lettuce. That was good. I like the sandwiches.
That's pretty healthy sounding, though, right? The wheat bread, right?
Yeah.
All right, Kingsley. That's you've made it through our minute here on 2 Yards in the Cloud of Questions. Thanks for that, and good luck enjoying the Dome here on Saturday.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Kingsley. Good stuff.